What's up, guys? I'm John Borba. I'm here to talk about some of the biggest news out of New York Comic Con. I'm here with Brandon Hunt, and we're going to talk about one of our favorite things in the world, Walking Dead.
Yes.
So, Robert Kirkman confirmed at New York Comic Con that Walking Dead and Fear the Walking Dead are going to cross over by sharing one character. The way that that's going to be done is kind of up in the air.
Right.
So, we're here to talk about some of the biggest fan theories and our theories about how they could possibly do that. Now, the biggest thing coming out of the last few seasons is Negan.
Right.
And in a monthly Image comic, they've started to tell and are about to wrap up the backstory of Negan, pre-meeting Rick and his crew. I think this would be a great opportunity for them to do that, to use Fear the Walking Dead and show his travel across the country and development between how he was somebody who could function in modern society and then become this enormous monster.
Sure. Yeah, there's a lot of backstory to Negan. There's a whole story about him before he became Negan, the guy, the bat wielder. And that's a whole big chunk of life story to explore. I think that would be a cool way.
You even get to learn a little bit about his bat, Lucille,
Sure.
and how he names the bat and how it comes to be and wrapped in barbed wire and blah, blah, blah. It's a very cool story.
Right.
But you had some other ideas, and I'm interested to hear these.
I have some. Mine's a bit of a two-parter. A lot of theory that I've heard and I think would fit well is Abraham show up in Fear the Walking Dead. So Abraham, Eugene, and Rosita make their way from Texas to Georgia, where they meet Rick and company. But it would be cool to see maybe encounters the Fear the Walking Dead cast. Would that be cool?
Yeah. I mean, I think that would be pretty cool just because in the comics we don't get a whole lot of backstory from Abraham, and this show could fill out some of that. I think that's kind of the point of all this as well.
Now, my second choice, and I think it's a stronger choice, is what if it's just Rosita that they encounter before Rosita meets Abraham and Eugene? Or if Rosita is somehow in their same vicinity, that would be a very interesting thing to see if they meet each other on the way and then potentially split off and Rosita meets Eugene and Abraham. I think that could be a cool
Yeah, that would be
transition.
really cool to see what led her up to meeting Abraham and having her romantic situation with Abraham as well. So for me, the final one is probably the most interesting and, in my opinion, probably the least likely, but one that fans have been crying out for a long time, which is there is a faction that comparatively to the comic storyline is coming up very soon called the Whisperers. And we know a lot about the Whisperers. We've talked a lot about the Whisperers. They are people who wear human skins in order to walk among zombies and stuff, and they are a very memorable and iconic faction in The Walking Dead.
Very pack-like.
Yeah, and they have a very strong female leader, and there is some speculation that some of the characters from Fear the Walking Dead could kind of fill out or become the Whisperers. Now,
possibly Madison, who's the lead in Fear the Walking Dead, and she's in the later seasons she's been known to show kind of coldness and be very calculating in the way that she handles everything. And I think that's a good theory in that maybe she could potentially be ostracized from the group and potentially turn into the leader of the Whisperers. But that might be a stretch, but we could, I feel like anything's possible now.
Yeah, I think it would be really cool to see the Whisperers kind of come out of Fear the Walking Dead. But it is important to note that Robert Kirkman did say that only one character is going to cross over, which is very interesting that he would give that detail. Let us know what you think in the comments below. We are very excited about this, and we would love to hear your theories and your thoughts. And for everything Walking Dead, stick with IGN.